Haven't made an LTG video in a while, so I'll do it for this one because when I saw this movie, I couldn't believe how how much they borrowed, quote unquote, the language from Dale Wilson, Mr. Lowe. Dear God, I suck. This movie had everything that LTG stands for. This had every freaking nasty, dirty, disgusting, self hating thing he's ever said on Twitch, on YouTube, or wherever. This movie is completely, quote unquote, backwards in society. And of course, it was made by a black man, Spike Lee, and produced by another black man, Jordan Peele. But this movie, I haven't heard words like they said in this movie probably ever. Because, like, I don't go out of my way to see negative movies, quote unquote, like this per se. It's not really a negative movie. It's more like a investigation kind of movie, a detective movie per se. But the words and language he was using to pump up the white people, that's exactly what LTG would say. It's exactly what he would say. The self-hating shit there, all the freaking negative, like 1950s, 40s, whatever words that you think that you would hear back then, and you shouldn't be hearing now. Yeah, it's in that movie, and of course, the movie theater itself was filled with a whole bunch of like older white people who haven't heard and that kind of language in a long ass time. To be honest, I've like looked around for many streamers, black, white, whatever. I've never heard language like that out of anybody. They can say whatever they want to on any platform they want to. Pretty much, you can't do that. Like on Twitter, I've not heard any kind of language like that out of anybody in this millennium, 2000 plus, since Dale. I've never heard anybody be that self-hating of their own kind ever. And this movie sounded just like him. And some of his, quote unquote, KKK followers like Lazarus or whatever, but I've never heard language like that in anything really. Just him. So yeah, like if you're a moderator on this channel, it's a very good chance you speak and talk like him. There was a moderator that did something, and I was like, let me whisper to this person, and this person within the first freaking sentence back to me sounded just like Dale in that fucking C in the beginning, N in the back word, and S in the beginning, Y. No, sorry, a K in the back. Like those kind of words there, and like boo, that kind of stuff there. And yeah, they were talking just like him. It could be another alternate account. It was really weird the way he was speaking just like him and only just like him. Basically, when the moderator was busy banning people left and right there, like like that person didn't feel like a care in the world there. Like, and so what? That kind of shit there in the whispers. And then when Dale got banned from Twitch again, he was apologetic about it. It wasn't his fault. It was an accident. All those apologetic bullshit. And then I said, "Oh, you're so apologetic now. Now that your master got banned," and that's when the nasty language came out. Yeah. So anyway, overall, the movie, okay, I'll put it this way: the movie's a strong warning. Before I recommend it or whatever, strong warning. It's gonna have extremely insensitive language to, I believe, Jews and especially black people in this movie. They don't like gays in the movie either. I mean, like, it's just like LTG. It's just like him. Anything LTG like made fun of or whatever on his Twitch or whatever, yeah, it's in this movie. That's for damn sure. So there's no question about that one. I think they have like no problem with women really. They used them, and like they even like had a subtle thing about like how the only way black people can get into a Klan meeting is by being servers. But they didn't say that. But like the close-ups of them, like the scrolling shot of the servers, they had two like Latino women and then four black men in service outfits at the Klan meeting. That was like, oh, that was like there was like a nail on the head right there. I was like, oh, okay, I understand this one. It was the same thing in another Disney movie where they had like only the apes being the servers in that movie. Maybe Zootopia, I think it was. But anyway, so yeah, like harsh language, but like I was stomaching through it then because the story was really intriguing. Like on like how it was gonna end there. But it's worth it if you can get through that one. Let me put it this way. I find it extremely difficult for this movie to run on cable TV in any way, shape, or form. I don't think this movie's language is so harsh throughout the entire picture. Not just the one part, throughout the entire picture. I If they were to quote unquote modify it for TV, it would be 15 minutes. It's really, really, really harsh. the the I would absolutely 100% envy the person who has to censor the naughty language in this movie. It's extreme. It's so blatantly offensive with the language. I I can't picture this thing airing on TV and you actually hearing anything. Beep 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 beep. You beep beep beep. You beep beep and beep 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 beep. It's horrendous. It's pretty, pretty bad. The language. It's pretty bad. Um, yeah, so this is undoubtedly 1 billion% LTG's movie of the millennium. Like probably more than New Jack City or Friday or whatever the fuck. This movie was made for Dale. This movie speaks just like him, and there's no way about it. This movie is 100% made for him in every way, shape, or form. And I'm not gonna spoil the ending or whatever, but after the movie was over, they had real shots, like real cam footage from like last year of like Klan rallies and protests around the city, like hating white people, hating black people from just last year, and them getting hosed down, run over by cars. Yeah, man, it was really harsh looking. I mean, like I saw the footage. I was like, that shit really happened. Holy shit! That shit hit me harder than anything else in the movie per se, because it was real people being run over by a car, like some crazy guy, and they were like banging on the glass of the car, and the car didn't give a shit. They was running people over. I'm like, what is this? It was so extreme. It was so extreme, man. The ending part of the movie, man. But wow. And I'll say this, like they got this guy David Duke, they got the right guy to play that guy, because after the movie was over they had the real David Duke there, and he kind of looked just like him. I was like, wow. Wow, looks just like him. So that was really interesting. And the movie's so strong with its storytelling. I can't really see this movie again because it's just so intense. It's one of those things. I would see Meg again, though. That shark movie, I would see that again. That was a really good movie overall. I'd absolutely recommend that one. I'll talk about that in a separate video. But for now, this movie speaks to Dale because it speaks like Dale. That's it for now. Black off.